I hope you had a fantastic weekend as we are now geared up for week number 5 in the Eagles Nest. It's going to be a great week in the Eagles Nest, and we want to make sure we're doing everything we can to be elite scholars here in the Eagles Nest, and we can start that here on a Monday. So a couple things to go over here on morning announcements. And I'm looking forward to getting started this morning. A couple new things on announcements. First things first, if you take a look, we are going to be celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, which starts on Thursday of this week and runs all the way to October the 15th. So we're excited about this and scholars, the learning that we're going to be able to do about different things with the culture and people of Hispanic Heritage Month. It is going to be an awesome month on morning announcements, and you're going to be involved as well. So looking forward to that. More information to come, but we'll get started off with Hispanic Heritage Month on Thursday. So looking forward to that. Hey, just a couple of reminders for our scholars. Just make sure that we're putting those cell phones up either before or after announcements whenever our teacher asks us to do so. And then also continue to remain at voice level 0 in the hallways and during dismissal, because we want to make sure that we are keeping a great place here in the Eagles Nest and a great community. And the way that we do that, right, if we're walking down the hallway, another class is probably happening. And so that's the reason why we want to be on voice level 0, to help them out so that those scholars can do great things in their class. Here is our 7-day forecast. Got a couple of showers scheduled for today. Hopefully, it will not affect recess for you. But if it does, it's going to be okay, because the rest of the week looks really good. Low 80s all week, and it's looking sunny for the remainder of the week. So hopefully you'll get to have some recess today. But if not, I definitely know Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we definitely will be able to do so. Hey, check this out. We got our Fairview 5, right? And Fairview 5 means that we are not only talking about these things and memorizing, but we are actually following these and doing these each and every day in the Eagles Nest. Number 1, we're actively listening to the speaker. Number 2, we're keeping our hands and feet to ourselves. Number 3, we're cleaning up our area. Number 4, we're being kind to others with our words and our actions. And number 5, we are doing our best daily. So I'm looking forward to you following the Fairview 5 and being an elite scholar here in the Eagles Nest. So one thing that we are bringing to announcements starting today is a little bit of vocabulary work. So we want to, on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, introduce a new word to you. And then throughout that time, each day in the Eagles Nest, we will be doing something different with that word. So scholars, this is a great time and a quick way for you to learn a new word and to learn how to use that word. And so you can continue to develop your vocabulary as you're learning how to read or sharpening those reading skills. And this is what it'll look like. So this is something called a Frayer model. So on Mondays, I'll be giving you the word and then giving you the definition. And then on Tuesday, right beside me, I'll be showing you a picture. And then Wednesday, where my head is at, there will be a sentence in the box. And so this would be a great way for us to learn new words and how we can apply these words to our daily work that we are doing in class. And you definitely want to remember a lot of these words, because we may be doing something with these words, hint, hint, wink, wink, later on in the school year. So you definitely want to make sure that you are staying locked in on morning announcements so that you can see. So today's word, we're going to start off with the word develop. I'll say it one more time. The word is develop. Now it's up there on your screen, and it is spelled out as D-E-V-E-L-O-P. Now I'll add the definition right up above me. And the word develop means to grow and to advance gradually over time. So if I'm gradually growing, that means I'm growing a little bit each and every day, right? So develop is our word for this week. And develop means to grow and advance gradually over time. So tomorrow, we'll add a picture for develop. And then on Wednesday, we'll put develop in a sentence. And then I'm going to challenge you to use the word on Thursday and Friday in the Eagles Nest. So I'm looking forward to our vocabulary time each and every day here in the Eagles Nest. But I'll leave it up on the screen for another 5 seconds so you can see the word for today. But once again, scholars, I'll be showing it again tomorrow, and we'll add to the box each day this week. So I am looking forward to that. At this time, I want to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to pop up on the screen here in just a second. Hopefully it'll allow me to do so, so that you can see our story for today, if you're able to see the story for today, or you might just be able to hear me, because I'm not seeing myself this morning. So if you cannot see me, that is totally okay, because all I'm going to do this morning before we leave for morning announcements, and I'm just going to review over the story that we had the past couple of days in the Eagles Nest. We were reading a story called The Hard Hat. Now, the hard hat for kids is something where we are talking about how to be a better teammate each and every day in the Eagles Nest. So we started reading this text, and you probably remember this, but there were two main characters in the text, and we already knew one of the main characters, and she was a fantastic basketball player, right? She went by the name Mickey. And if you remember correctly, Mickey is going into 5th grade, and she wants to try out for her school's basketball team. So the principal comes over the announcements and said, hey, it is now time for basketball trials. So she goes, and she knew that she was the best player on the team. And then she met a friend. And then right here, that was her friend, Jax. So Jax and Mickey is where we left off. So let's read a page or two today before we leave for morning announcements. And it says this, it says, during practice that week, Mickey dribbled circles around everyone and made all of her shots. The day before the first game, Jax said to Mickey, you're a sharpshooter, Mickey. I hope I can learn to shoot like you one day. Mickey was confident that the hard hat would be hers. Remember, the hard hat is this idea that you were working so hard and that you were a teammate, and the coach is going to give a hard hat to the hardest working teammate. So it goes on to say the next day, Mickey could not stop thinking about the game or the hard hat. Finally, it was time for the starting players to take the court. It's going to be their first game. The referee blew the whistle, and Mickey's teammate, Joe, jumped and tipped the ball to her. She made a quick spin move, dribbled to the basket, and she scored. So right here, Mickey's first game has started, and she has scored the first bucket of the year. It goes on to say Mickey was a scoring machine, meaning that she scored a lot of points. She already had 10 points when Coach Viola took her out of the game. Mickey missed Jax's high five because she was too busy stomping and complaining over to Coach Viola. Coach, why did you take me out of the game? I've scored more points than anybody. You were great out there, Mickey, said Coach Viola. Now it's time to be a great teammate from the bench. How are you supposed to be a great teammate if you're not in the game? She mumbled to herself. Nice game today. And it was a great first week of practice, said Coach. Now we have an award to give out, said Coach Viola, as he reached for the big, red, shiny hard hat. Mickey held her breath. After a thought, I'm excited to announce that the hard hat award goes to, and I'm going to stop right there for today. So let's see if Mickey is going to win or not. So I want you to think about it. So Mickey was in the game, right? She scored all these points, and then Mickey got taken out of the game by Coach Viola. And then what did she do? She stormed over to the bench. She said, Coach, why are you taking me out of the game? I'm scoring all these points. I've got the most points in the game. She sat down, and then, of course, Jax went into the game. So the hard hat is for a teammate award. So we'll find out tomorrow who's going to win the hard hat on Mickey's team. But I want you to be thinking for just a second, and you can make a prediction before we even read tomorrow. That is Mickey going to win the first hard hat award of the year? Right? We'll talk a little bit more about that tomorrow. We'll also talk a little bit further about the word develop, which means to grow or to advance gradually over time. Looking forward to that. It's now 7:38. It's time to get after it here in the Eagles Nest. I'm looking forward to seeing you in action today. It's going to be a great Monday. Remember, Good is good, great is great, but elite is elite. So what are you doing today on a Monday to become an elite scholar in the Eagles Nest? New scholars of the week are going to be announced on Friday. Could that be you this week? I'm looking forward to seeing you all throughout the Eagles Nest. I hope you have a marvelous Monday.